Parveen. Uh, we are from Yognamaskar,
Mhm.
a team of young yoga enthusiasts, and we would like to just explore a little bit about your journey into yoga, how you have been, what style of yoga do you teach, just for audience to know your style of yoga in specific.
All right. Yeah, my name is Parveen Nair, and I was born and brought up in Malaysia. And my interest was very much in dance, not in yoga in the beginning. It was by default I came into the practice. I had an ICCR scholarship to study in India. At that time, I found this system and practice of asana and pranayama. And then I took a liking to the practice just to heal, to look after my body. I was asthmatic at that time, and the Delhi environment was bad for my system, my breathing system. And a housemate introduced me to yoga, and it worked for me. I got I stopped using my inhaler, stopped taking Ventolin, these drugs to cure my wheezing that I had. All that purity happened, and therefore I took a liking to my well-being. I found a new person, a healthier person, a brighter person within myself. Then I started with the yoga that was taught to me at that time was Shivananda yoga
Okay.
in the beginning. And then I found this book, Light on Yoga, found this personality, seems to know the subject in depth, at least the interest that I had, it matched. So I was looking for this personality. I came to Rishikesh. I found a teacher in the same style. Her name was Karen O'Bannon. She was from US. She had, and stayed with her for some time, studied with her, and then discovered that this personality is still around, which is BKS Iyengar, and then inspired to learn from him. So I made my journey to Pune to learn from him,
Okay.
and that's the style that I know now, or that which matches my intellect that I share. I avoid trying to say that I'm teaching because it's requires much more authority in the subject. I'm just sharing what I understand from that years of being practicing the subject with him. Yeah.
Okay, nice. You said you were doing a dance practice. Which
Mm.
specific dance?
I started with Odissi.
Okay.
It's from a region called Orissa. And then I had a scholarship to continue that practice of dance in another form of dance, which is called Bharatanatyam in the south. So I had interest. I'm still very much interested, but I don't dance so much, but I enjoy the music, watching dance very much. Although yoga has taken most of my life now, it's just that way. The river of my life has flown into that way. So, but I still dance within myself.
And
Yeah.
especially in dance and yoga, there's a lot of similarity,
Oh,
especially in
absolutely,
Bharatanatyam. A lot of
absolutely.
mudras you can do in dance are similar in yoga, and
Mm-mm.
especially the mudras, it's about communication. So, how do you relate with those? Because you said you had asthma also. So,
Mm-mm.
did you use any specific mudras or postures while working on asthma only?
Yes, of course, yoga helped me bring clarity and purity to this physical body, and dance gave me health in creativity. So you have many bodies. You have the physical body, you have the subtle body, you have the intellectual body. So dance gave me health in creativity, health in body because you dance a lot too. Yoga gave me something deeper. It allowed me to reflect who I am really. Not saying that dance is not able to do that. It is able when you use dance as a therapy rather than a performance. If you're performance orientated, of course, you have to dance, you have to entertain. If you use dance as a therapy, therefore, you can use that to reflect, to find out your journey in life. In the same way, I used yoga as a therapy to find out the higher the higher being within myself. So that's the similarity. It's just different methods, and yoga helped me discover my physical health, mental health, so that I can use that to reflect who I am really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how many years you are practicing or learning about yoga
Now it has been about 17 years.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
a long time, yeah.
Mm.
And since how long you're living in Rishikesh?
Now, okay, Rishikesh.
How did you came to Rishikesh?
I came to Rishikesh first in 2004.
Yeah,
Um, I came just for 1 month sometimes, I come for 2 weeks, but now I've been living here for 4 years. But
yeah,
I still go back home because I have family back home in
yeah,
Malaysia. I travel abroad to teach or to share or to just to do nothing. And I at least spend 6 to 7 months here.
yeah,
I escaped doing during the summer. I escaped during the winter. These are two seasons
yeah.
that I've not still being able to handle as
Mm,
yet. So it's been about 4 years now.
nice.
Mm.
And is there anything specific about Rishikesh? I mean, what do you think about the place? People tell it's the world capital of yoga. Yeah,
Devi,
yeah,
yes. Somebody may look at her as a river. I look at her as a body, a spiritual body,
yeah.
the center, the heart, the spine,
Or even the mother, some
the
people say.
mother, the nourishing one.
Mm,
Oh, civilization has so many dance, music, cities have grown by this river.
yeah, it's a
So,
lifeline, I guess.
lifeline. She
Yeah,
nourishes everyone who comes
yeah,
here. She gives answers, she nourishes, she looks after. Like how you have come, she has brought you here.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Even I believe. You also use meditation practices related to your yoga exercise?
In the beginning, no.
Yeah,
In the beginning, no. I was very, like maybe, like most yoga practitioners, in the beginning it was very physical.
yeah,
It is something that, oh, how flexible can I get?
yeah,
Then I realized that there is something more than the flexibility of the body, there is the flexibility of the mind. Now I've discovered that meditation is an essential part
yeah.
of my practice. And asanas and pranayama, they are the seat, the preparation to prepare you so that your mind becomes resolved, so that the mind can reflect the higher.
Okay, yeah,
Your mind becomes matured to accept life as it is
yeah,
or to understand life.
yeah,
Yeah. So meditation is required. It's again another technique.
yeah,
Yeah, it's not the goal, but a technique,
yeah,
mm, a format.
yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about Iyengar yoga in specific and how is it different from other styles of yoga?
Precisioncy, profound precisioncy, alignment, alignment with intelligence, and timing. These three, at least for me, it sharpened the understanding of what an asana should be from all points. Not only the physical aspect of doing something correct, but doing that correctly so that it takes you to the next step of the practice of Ashtanga Yoga, which is pranayama and therefore dharana, then dhyana. So, this personality, Guruji B.K. Iyengar, he was able to make the practice of asana itself become like a dynamite in where everything is in it. Like if you take Mahatma Gandhi, by just practicing ahimsa and satya, he was able to show values just by taking one aspect of yoga. Ashtanga yoga has the first yama is ahimsa, satya. So in that way, my Guruji B.K. Iyengar, he had taken that value called asana and he was able to open up asana as wide as the entire practice to, to bring every aspect of the practice in asana itself and to achieve, to see how one can achieve the next step by performing the asana. So what is difference is that he's very precise with the way he teaches, as in the method. What is step one? What is step two? Very systematic approach of practicing.
Okay, so but in yoga, like we say, every person is unique. So how do you bring out the uniqueness in every person then?
Yes, that was his intelligence. He was able to show you how a person with scoliosis should do standing asanas, how a person with bad knees or good knees, everyone is an individual, different. So therefore, he was able to guide you to show you that these different individuals are unique in a way, but they can still perform asanas. A weak person can still do asanas by lying down. A person with respiratory problems, they can still do asanas in this particular way. So therefore, he created props,
Okay.
so that that props makes that person get access to the body, so the practice becomes intelligent, and that creates, you get access to the body. So in that way, he was a very unique person who brought light to the practice of yoga.
Okay, so we wanted to know about the youth.
Hmm.
What would you suggest to the youth who want to take up a style of yoga? Why should they take up Iyengar yoga? Or in
Why should
general,
you? Yeah, why
yoga?
should you start with yoga in general? I mean, what the yeah the benefit of doing yoga for your life, maybe?
Hmm. Now we all may begin yoga in different with different reasons. Now, why a youth may want to start yoga, a youth may want to first have a good physique. That would be one reason. A youth will want to start yoga. Or the youth will want to be flexible. Or it may be a fad that everybody is doing yoga, so I should also practice yoga. They can start anywhere, but they should understand that gradually that reason why we step into the mat may change later on. It may transform. But what I would like to share with the youth of this land is to be more sensitive. I'm sure they're becoming very sensitive, but to be more sensitive what this land has to provide the entire world. It is not only the subject of yoga. There are many subjects which are so eh, precious in this land, which is relevant. Yoga is an old subject. It's a very old subject, but yet relevant. There are many subjects which has appeared and disappeared because it's not relevant anymore. But this subject is still relevant till today. Like that, there are many subjects which are relevant till today because we are trying to cure or to bring impurity, to bring purity and remove impurity from the body mind complexes. And that has been a problem. That has been a challenge for a long time. So that is why yoga is still relevant till today. So I would like that the youth discover, practice, appreciate this the value that this land has given, that the gift that this land has given, which is yoga. And there are many gifts. There are many gifts yet to be discovered. There's so much here. I'm not saying don't go anywhere. Go discover, and there's so much here itself to discover. So much here itself. So that's my my prayer to the youth, at least here in this land, so close. Don't look too far. Yeah, it is here,
Okay,
Um,
internationally, yoga is becoming popular now, but
evident.
it is being limited to only physical thing.
Hmm.
How do you see the future of yoga coming?
See what? You have to start somewhere. You will always start with something which is gross, something which is tangible, something you can feel. You need to feel that you're going somewhere. Yoga is, of course, something that later on it is subtle, it is a subtle subject, but you have to start physical. That is, now if you say I means this body for now. For conversational sake, you're going to say that this I, so I, to feel this body, I need to start with this body first. So it is fine, it is okay that you start it in a physical way. The subject itself will take you higher. People need patience. They need to be patient because the subject will reveal those who are adamant, those who want to know beyond the body mind complexes, there is something more. The subject will take you there. So there should not be any impatience. Why is it physical? It is physical because people, you begin physically and then you transcend and you go to the subtle values. You have to be patient. It will happen. It is happening anyways,
Even
Rishi.
for physical fitness, you have to be patient, right? To
yeah.
Absolutely.
even achieve the goals of your physical level.
Hmm.
And when you go at higher levels, let's say yoga is not only physical but emotional, mental, and spiritual well being.
Yeah.
So, which is being somewhere missed at the broader level today. The
Hmm.
spirituality is
Hmm.
completely out of it. So, how do you address spirituality in terms of current yoga? And how can is Iyengar yoga related? Has the techniques to reach the spiritual levels?
Of course. If you're not thirsty and I give you some water to drink, it is not relevant to you. I said, I don't want, I'm not thirsty. But I said, drink this water, drink this water. It is good for you, but at that time you're not thirsty. So for that timing, it has a spiritual value, but that person needs to be matured enough to accept the spiritual value of the practice. All forms of yoga, all forms, there is only one yoga. They are just different forms of approaching that yoga. All forms of yoga will take you, but you must want that higher. And if you don't want, fine. Why should I force you to want this practice to be spiritual? If samadhi is not what you want in your life, just stay in asanas. At least do something physically and look after the body. As long as you're not a nuisance to this world, you become a blessing to yourself. Finish.
Yes.
That's a very nice answer.
Hmm.
Thank you. Namaste.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Nice to meet you. Any message you would like to give our audience at the end? Last few words of wisdom based on your experience.
I have no wisdom. The wise are the yogis, the rishis. The environment itself is constantly reminding us the beauty. Of course, we see, you may see a stone, you may see a river, you may see a poor, you may see a rich. You see all this diversity, dualities constantly exist, a male, a female. But try to look at this substance. There is some similarity between a male, a female, the dog, the cat. Look for that substance in life, and then you will see no more dualities. So you resolve the greatest problem in this world is duality. We're finding that this is mine, that is yours, because we see differences. When we can resolve the differences, there will be so much of shanti, shanti, shanti. In the end, you say, we want that shanti. You want shanti, he, she, everybody wants shanti in the life. Nobody wants dukkha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that is the problem.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank